Hurricane Irene kind of stealing the headlines over the weekend, but if you didn't know it, we had Tropical Storm Jose that formed near Bermuda, and that will be dissipating later today. And then this morning, we're talking about the newly formed Tropical Depression number 12, which is expected to become a tropical storm and possibly a hurricane a little farther down the road. But here's the way it looks on the satellite imagery. It's still way out in the middle part of the Atlantic, southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, and is making headway across the Atlantic Ocean and gradually should move toward the Caribbean islands, possibly moving off to the north of the Caribbean islands. Right now, winds are at 35 miles per hour, but it's expected to move west-northwesterly, becoming a hurricane by the weekend, possibly Category 2. Right now, most of the forecasts track it just to the north of the Caribbean islands and possibly moving it over to the western Atlantic farther down the road. Meanwhile, also watching one small area of showers and thunderstorms, a tropical wave that's now south of Cuba and Jamaica. That's moving off toward the west into the northwestern part of the Caribbean. Now, conditions are pretty unfavorable for development, but there are some computer models that are hinting on at least a weak low pressure area that could develop over the central part of the Gulf of Mexico, somewhere in this area, and then kind of drift off toward the northwest. Now, that would be throwing at the very least some decent moisture in our area by the end of the week, and hence we've already lifted those rain chances up in the 50 to 60% range by Thursday and Friday. In the meantime, watching an area of rain over the northwestern section of the state, but it's starting to run into the very dry air that's in place across Acadiana, so those rains will dissipate. So we'll stick with sunshine, maybe a few high, thin clouds coming in late this afternoon, left over from those thunderstorms out to the northwest. Temperatures are still going to climb into the upper 90s, but the heat index probably only reaching about 100 to 101 because the air mass is still relatively dry. Later tonight, we'll fall back into the mid-70s. Looks like humidity levels will increase tomorrow, become full force by Wednesday, and then chances for rain returning Thursday and Friday. 99 your high today with sunshine, northeast winds at 5, low humidity still sticking around for today. Tonight, clear and mild with a low near 75. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and hot, a little more humid too with a high of 98. Humidity level back in full force by the midweek, and chances for showers and thunderstorms returning by the end of the week and the weekend. And it looks like we may see an extended period with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Good news here is it'll hold our temperatures in the 80s for highs and 70s for overnight lows. So some tropical moisture heading in our direction, not necessarily a tropical system. Of course, we'll watch TD number 12 out in the far eastern Atlantic for any increase in intensity over the next couple of days. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker in the Storm Team 3 Weather Lab. Thanks for visiting KATC.com.